Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. Today's video we're going to be talking about a particular story about a revenge, petty revenge by a mom. Sometimes we do have scenarios where you keep telling people don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, and then eventually they don't just listen, just keep doing it until you actually decide to take some petty revenge of them. So without further ado, let's get into the video. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. If you like the video at the end, hit the thumbs up button. And also try to share with your friends, because I'm pretty sure we're gonna have a lot of fun with this video. Let's get right into it. Okay, so the title of today's video is Coworker Won't Stop Stealing. He'll learn the hard way. Interesting, right? Let's get reading. So this was about 30 years ago. My mom used to keep a bottle of liquid coffee creamer in the fridge at work because she hated the powder stuff they provided for employees. Somebody kept using it all and never replaced it. Now, I have a big problem when it comes to people using my stuff and not replace it. I don't really have a problem with you using it. Just put it back. It's just as simple as that. Just put it back. I stayed in a hostel and I had about, I think, 3 or 4 roommates. It was like an apartment. And I started to realize that they didn't really care about anything. Because I would stock up the fridge, there's a particular chocolate drink in Ghana, very familiar, called Milo. And to get it in Ukraine, I have to actually go to the African shop to purchase it. Or I asked my parents to actually have my sister deliver them when she's coming back to Ukraine. So I got a few cans, and for some reason I left it in the apartment or in the room and traveled to another city. Only for me to come back home, powdered milk was gone. Powdered Milo was gone, which is chocolate. Literally everything was finished, and I just went for just a weekend from Friday till Monday. I returned on Monday and everything was gone. I was so pissed. I kept asking them, listen, I don't have a problem. I'm not a stingy person. I'm not the type of person who, if you are hungry and there is food, I would say don't eat. Eat, but at the end of the day, make it a point that you will put it back, because I got it because I want to use it too. Not just you, so just put it back. Anyways, I eventually moved out and left them. And let's just get back to the stories. A lot of emotions there. She even started putting a piece of masking tape on the bottle and that said, "Name Screamer, do not use." But of course, that didn't deter them either. So basically, they just didn't care about the fact that there is information on the bottle that says do not use it. Anyways, let's keep going. She had recently delivered my sister and returned from maternity leave and was hormonal, exhausted, and stressed. So when she found her bottle of creamer in the fridge empty, she kind of lost it a bit and went off in the break room about whoever the inconsiderate jerk was that kept taking her stuff. Everybody relentlessly made fun of her for it. One guy even went as far as calling her the creamer C word. I don't think it's appropriate to use that word now. Behind her back. So, the following week, she left her usual bottle of creamer in the same spot in the fridge, but this time with a note taped to the fridge door. "Y'all can call me whatever names you want, but you should definitely stop taking my creamer. No later than 9:30 a.m. the same day," so early in the morning, the same day, creamer C-word guy was dry heaving into the break rooms. You know, there's a thing where they talk about like intentionally putting poison into something and then another person taking it and drinking it. It's considered murder. So in this case, It's a bit risky to do this considering the fact that the person can get seriously sick, depending on what it is. But anyways, let's read and see what it's about. Oh my gosh, are you okay? Are you sick? My mom asked. I know you put spoiled creamer in there on purpose, you petty B-word. Really? He is the one calling her B-word. My mom casually walks over to the fridge, pulls out the bottle of creamer with the masking tape on it, and showed it to him saying, well, if you had bothered to read the label, you would know that it's not creamer. Oh my, oh my. Let's keep on reading. The storage bottle for my breast pump broke, so I had to find another container. Look, it's clearly marked. Names, breast milk, not for coffee. See? It's right there. He was a known a-hole around the office and was already on thin ice with management, so he knew better than to say anything. He never took anyone's stuff from the fridge after that though. She has another petty revenge story that's pretty great. I'll post that in the comments. My mom pulled no punches back in the day. So basically that's the thing. Listen, if you want to use something that belongs to someone, if you use it, make sure you replace it. It's as simple as that. Maybe due to certain circumstances, you're not able to get the thing at that point in time. But I think asking the person first and foremost, and the person gives you permission to use it, use and replace it. It's as simple as that. But don't use it and just ignore everything else like it doesn't exist, like the person is not important or the person didn't need it or something. It doesn't work that way. At least be considerate. And that way you would have the opportunity to use more, and who knows, maybe the person might even get something for you the next time coming over, because maybe the person might think that it's not enough for him or her. It's just a very simple thing. Use and replace. Anyways, she said there is another incident in the chat, in the comments, so I just want to read that off and then we'll bring this video to an end. So, my mom also had a friend acquaintance who would regularly invite herself over, usually right around dinner time. So she can't cook? She can't cook, so she's coming over during dinner time. My mom started dropping hints that this wasn't doable for her, and this lady responded in such a way that led my mom to believe she understood. But she showed up again, right at dinner time. My mom was more direct this time, saying something to the effect of, look, it's not that I don't enjoy your company, but I would really prefer if we scheduled visits in advance, even just a day's notice. Again, she said she understood. You know, I hate people who just show up unannounced. I've hated that all the time. I used to live alone and I always hated it whenever friends would just show up. I lived in the center of the city, so what happened was whenever anybody is around, because I was literally in the heart of the city, opposite one of the biggest malls, and then anybody comes around, they're like, oh bro, like I'm downstairs. And usually, because I usually go on the balcony, you know, get some fresh air and stuff like that, they tend to see me. And once they do, and they say, oh, we're downstairs, I don't really know what excuse to give. If sometimes I'll even say, like, yeah, I'm quite busy because I'm working remotely. But it turns out they're like, oh, no problem, I'll just drop by and say hi. It ends up not becoming just a drop by, it ends up becoming they're staying over or being around for a very long time. I really hate it. I prefer you give me heads up so I'm ready for you to come over. then we would actually have time to be able to spend together, to have fun or whatever it's gonna be. But at the end of the day, just showing up just like that out of the blue, I really hated that. But again, she showed up unannounced, so my mom let her stay for dinner. She finished her plate, asked for seconds, finished. Okay, so I need to read this again because it seems there is a grammatical thing happening here. She finished her plate, asked for seconds, finished that plate, then stood up to take her plate to the sink. My mom stops her and tells her to just leave it on the floor. What? Why on the floor? Well, usually I clean up from the dinner after I help my daughter with homework, but she has a recital tonight. Just set it on the floor and I'll put it back in the cupboard after Jameson. Nice. Jameson, her Irish wolfhound, licks it clean. Well, guess who stopped coming over altogether? Oh, I love this French. Oh, it's so nice, so nice, so nice. You see, that's the thing. When you're told once, you're told twice, that's it. When I was growing up, when my parents tell me something once, twice, the next time you do it, you get your ass whooped. So bad. But in this generation, I don't know, especially the older people who should understand things like this tend to be the same people who just don't. Like, some people just don't care. You keep telling them, don't do this. And yet, they keep doing it. But anyways, guys, if you like this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Consider subscribing for more content if you're interested in videos such as these. And also try to share with your friends, family, whoever it may be, because it's gonna help me be able to grow the channel. And that's it gonna be for this video. And until the next one, cheers.